Yo, what's up, y'all? Today has been a day. It's really been a day. Um, Let me see. I'm recording this way earlier than I usually do because I didn't make an episode yesterday. Although I was watching the shows, I was prepared. I was tired. This is the real. This is the me. Not 1%. Okay, cool. I have my charger right here. Sorry, it's just chaotic. All right, guys, welcome back to Nightly with Meccavellii. I have been gone for a bit. I do try and make these episodes every Monday through Friday. I didn't make an episode yesterday on Monday. Not because I wasn't prepared, not because I wasn't watching shows, simply because I was tired. If you keep up with me on socials, you will know that Jamila, who is my friend that I have my podcast, Unhinged and Immoral with, was in town. Her sister lives in Houston. Her sister proposed to her girlfriend on Sunday. So Mila came into town, and then we usually record the podcast on Monday mornings, but we had like 3 meetings Monday after recording, which again, she was physically here for. Usually we're like in a virtual space where we're on Zoom calls and Google Meets and shit like that. So I was simply just tired. And then I had to take her to get some crawfish. And of course, I ate some, went to SolarCycle, caught the itis, went to sleep. Couldn't do it. But we have a new show to talk about. We got some old shows to talk about. And this is how y'all know I've been going through it. This is not even my usual gardening. This is wine. We're winding down. We're not gardening down tonight. We're winding down. So let's take a sip. You're probably wondering, like, Mecca, why were you guys in so many meetings? Bro, when I say we have so much, like, literally, God is good. Not to give the proverbial, like, God is good. He's blessings raining down on me. Rain down on me. The fall. Like, yo, shit is lit right now. Shit's really lit. So that's what we're trying to prepare for. As we all know, well, maybe you don't know. So if you don't know, let me tell you. A brand new soap opera just dropped, Beyond the Gates. And as a child of the soap operas, I used to watch the soaps with my mama, my granny. My people was ABC people, as in All My Children, One Life to Live, General Hospital. General Hospital still is on the air, I believe. We also used to watch Young and the Restless and Days of Our Lives, Passions from time to time. I love soap operas. There used to be an actual network on cable TV dedicated to soap operas called SoapNet. Lisa Rinna used to host a show with Ty Treadway. I can't remember what show Ty was on, but he was also a co-host of Soap Talk. And it was like a talk show where they would have all the soap stars come on and talk about what they were doing and what's going on. And I just want to say, like, back in high school, when I was in high school, so that was from 2011, 2010 to 2014, it seemed like all of the soap operas were getting canceled. TV was shifting, and that was like really sad. Seeing all the soap stars support Beyond the Gates is so amazing because it's like this breath of fresh air in this industry, in this space that for the past decade or so has been literally dying. And it's like, like how like when a group of people is all old people and then there's finally a new baby that's born, it's like, maybe we won't go extinct. Like that's literally how this feels. I want to get into that. But before we get into Beyond the Gates and all the excitement, because as you know with soap operas, or if you don't know, that's a daily thing. So typically soap opera episodes are anywhere from 30 to 45 minutes, usually an hour with commercials or 45 minutes with the commercials. So Beyond the Gates right now is about 35 minutes with the commercial. So it's probably about a 20-minute episode anyway, but it's an everyday thing. So hopefully my plan is, even if I don't make a video every day, I'll be able to catch up. So Beyond the Gates is going to be a daily thing, because that releases every day. But as you know, we're watching Love and Marriage Huntsville, which I'm still in the first season. And I'm on the last season, this most recent season of Young, Famous, and African. I want to be transparent. This week, I haven't really watched Love and Marriage Huntsville this past couple days. Since what was the last time I made a video? Like on Friday? I just didn't want to see Melanie get gaslit. I don't. Excuse me. It almost went down the wrong windpipe, but I caught it. I caught it before it did. Okay. So I haven't really tapped too much in with it, but Young, Famous, and African, let's get into my people. Okay, so I started season 3 and I went all the way up to around episode 4. Let's get in straight into the notes. First of all, off top, I think I said this in one of my videos, but I really like how Annie puts glitter in her hair. I think glitter in like her natural 4-texture hair is so pretty, to the point where I'm like, next time I cut my hair off, maybe I won't put chemicals in it right away to see how that looks. It looked so cute. Okay. Now on to her and the Swanky situation. We're still talking about this, even though it happened last season, and they're just totally dragging it at, like, I know it's a storyline, but it's like, oh my God, guys, we're still talking about this. What I think happened is, like, basically, Swanky alluded to Annie being on the phone with someone saying that Annie does not want to be around him. We find out why Annie says that later, because she wasn't happy with herself. She was going through so much, and she assumed that Swanky didn't want to be around her, because she was like she was tainted, basically. And I can see possibly how that is, because Swanky's a stylist and he goes based on like who he's around. But as the one thing that everyone has maintained, as long as the show's been on, is that Swanky is fiercely loyal to his friends. So I don't think, not only maintained it, it's been reflected in how Swanky has operated around the women that he's friends with. How hard he goes, how upset he gets. I don't think that he would have thrown the baby out with the bathwater being, the baby being Annie. So I don't, Annie's clearly on something. I don't know. Now what substance? I don't know, but she's on something for sure. But we're going to get to that. I'm very happy Bonang didn't come back. Bonang, I'm sorry. I just didn't, she didn't mesh well with the group. It's like she had that one blow up with Louis, and then she was just like, I'm over it. And it's just like, you could definitely felt like she felt she was above this. And it's like, well, that's not fun. We don't want to see that. We don't want to see you. We don't want to watch you feel like you're better than this situation. So yeah, don't come back. Great. I was wholly happy about that. I did not like her vibe. Maybe it's because I'm a Louis apologist. I think Louis just misunderstood. Okay. I did feel like Zari inviting everyone to her wedding was a power move. Because especially considering Annie didn't invite her to whatever, it was their vow renewal. But you get what I'm saying. And I also love that she had everyone wear white. If you're aware of American culture in terms of weddings, and considering that Zari did also wear a white dress, I'm not saying that they're copying American culture, but they might be aware of it. Wearing white on the wedding day is like the idea that you're upstaging the bride. Knowing what I know about African culture, also culture of like these different countries in Africa, and Zari in general, it's like, you can't upstage me. This is my wedding day. And not only can you not upstage me in wearing white, I'm going to invite you and I don't even fucking like you. So I just felt like that was a super duper big power move. She was swinging her dick around. Her husband is super cute, by the way. Her husband is way cute. Whoa. I think I said that in my last video. Okay. Where am I at? When Fantana and Diamond said that they loved each other, I was like, oh my God. Duh. You're in love with him and you're stupid. Where was I at? This is where it started to get good for me. I didn't really take too many notes. I loved when Louis ate Fantana up. I'm so sorry. I loved it. And I'm not a fan of men arguing with women. I don't usually like that. But last season, we watched everybody talk crazy to Louis. Like, and I mean, he just sat there and he took it, and even that part became a storyline. Like, why don't you stand up for yourself? Like that had to become a storyline. So I feel like, and he said it. He said he came in this season like, y'all are not going to be talking to me crazy, and it's just so it was just funny because it's like the moment Fantana started, she started with him and gave him ammo that wasn't even out of pocket to check. Like, you're making it seem like he's crazy because he's dating multiple people at once. When you be on here like I miss niggas, like I'm fucking Diamond, but then I can get any nigga I want to. So what's the truth? Like, yeah, no, baby, you saying y'all doing the same shit. So why is he weird for doing it and you're not? When he checked that shit, I said, oh, you remember back in the day, and I don't know if this is like time slang or like regional slang, but when someone like clocked your tea, like, and I would be like clocked your tea or like she gagged you, we used to be like, oh, moded, he moded you. Like when Louis said I can't date 3 women but you can fuck on 3 men, da da da, I said moded, bro, moded. Oh, that nigga ate you up, bitch. What? Girl, that shit was, oh my God. Also, Naked calling Nadia and Fantana Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Naked is so messy. Like, when I say I did not like Naked the first season, but the halfway through season 2 and into season 3, he is so funny. He is so funny. Okay. I agree with Naked. I think that Zari is an alpha woman, and I think that she messes with younger men because she can control them. I said this in my previous video. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, like, gender. When someone has a certain, like, number of years on you, they just have more game than you. They have more experience on you. They have more ism than you. And I think just even seeing Zari's dynamic with both Diamond and Shakib, it's like an element of she knows how to let them feel like men, but she's clearly the one pulling the strings. That's why even when Shakib was like, when you do this, it makes me feel like this way. Like, in her confessional, she was saying, like, I'm submitting because he told me how he feels. No, you feel bad because you know you're doing wrong. And he said, it's hurting my feelings and you're my wife. Please stop. Like, that's what that comes down to. You're being inappropriate and he asked you to please stop. Annie saying that Zari was copying her wedding. I was a bit confused because, first of all, Zari was not at their vow renewal. That was number 1. But then number 2, I don't even remember it so much. I know they was on TV, but it's like, I don't remember it so much that we would have known that was the same thing. Like, that was just the math, no mathing. The math, no mathing. Like, what are we talking about, Annie? And I just couldn't get past how worried Annie was about the age gap between Shakib and Zari. When you started dating Tubaba, you were 15 and all that shit. Like, you're a victim. You're a victim. He was 24, you're 15. Did I say all this already? I don't know. If I said it in my last video, I'm sorry. I might not have erased it. My bad. Shakib is 32. Just so everyone knows. I thought he was like, Annie was like, oh my God, like he's 27. I don't know. He's 32, which is younger than Zari, but not young enough that it's like, I don't know, shock. It was more shocking that fucking what's his name, Louis, was fucking with that old lady who was very fine, by the way, but she's clearly older than Zari. Like that was more jarring than Zari's age gap, honestly. Oh, maybe I did say this. So I feel so bad because it's like, I remember when like passed away or was unalived and seeing it on the blogs and stuff. And you can really tell on season 3 that Nadia is like mourning, but they didn't talk about it until episode 4, but like throughout the whole beginning of season 3, you can really tell that like she's hurting. So I'm glad that Connie came. I'm glad that like they addressed it because it was really obvious. I cannot think of baby's name, the newer girl out. It starts with a K, Quaylee, I believe. When she said, can we have a moment of silence? And Zari said, who died? I said, oh my God, Zari. She's so like, Zari's so motherfucking extra for that. I like that Naked. Oh. Kaylee trying to act like Kaylee acting like like her lunch was, oh my God, you guys ruined my event, da da da. Bitch, this is literally the reality show. This is what this is for them to do. They're supposed to argue. Like Annie and Zari were going to have this shit come to a head because Annie absolutely acts like you cannot talk about her husband. You cannot talk about her children. So the fact that you were outside talking about someone's husband and their children in public in front of others, you needed to get checked. It is what it is. And I know that Annie's going through something in this season leading up to like what we've seen happen with her and Tubaba and the rehab and the Honorable Natasha, and now they're broken up, all this shit. Because one, Annie keeps playing victim. Ooh, excuse me. Two, we later found out that she was pregnant with twins and she miscarried. But she seems to be like doing stuff and not remembering. Like she's definitely on something because the way she's like when she's talking and she's at these events, she is not like she's saying things that are in direct conflict with each other in the same sentence. That's number one. Number two, Annie never wore clothes this tight. And not that really has to do anything with her substance abuse, but more so an indicator that something is amiss at home. Because the first 2 seasons, she was like, my husband, I'm a wife. And now all of a sudden, we hear more about you missing home, right? It started with like all this stuff, this baby, but we heard more about like you missing home and missing your kids. And now we're seeing you in tight. I didn't even know Annie had ass like that. I didn't even know Annie was holding like that, blood. I said, oh, well, yeah, I see it now. She got a shape on her. It's like all of a sudden you in tight clothes, you incoherent, and then when you come to, you are crying, being like, why is everyone being so mean to me? Well, because you literally were just being crazy. And she was always like on her high horse ass lady. But she was not like that the first 2 seasons. It was like, if she shot at you, she knew she shot at you and she just was going to deal with it. She's shooting and not remembering she's shooting. And that's like, girl, you're on something. I thought the 70s theme party was so cute. And I wasn't surprised that Fantana had apologized to Luis there. Because it's like, you was wrong. You was wrong and you was out of pocket and you probably went back home and thought about it and said, oh, like that was embarrassing. I got ate up. So let me apologize. Them ending it on Connie coming and Nadia and Fantana possibly being pregnant with Diamond's baby. That's where I had to end it. Because I said, Fantana is so, I cannot believe I cannot believe that. I just expected so much more from her as like the American. I just felt like she was going to be so fun and she's not. She's like making me mad. Like legitimately, she's upsetting. I don't know. I like the dislike. Like it's not that I didn't dislike Annie. I just felt like she was like, oh, okay, eye roll. Like Fantana, I legitimately am like, what's your problem? Like, what's your problem, man? I don't know. Let's get into Beyond the Gates. This is episode 1 and 2. So today is Tuesday. Yesterday was Monday. It premiered yesterday. So I'm going to break this down by episode. So episode 1, before watching Beyond the Gates, I read a Reddit thread and they were like, oh my God, it's so dramatic. It's unrealistic. Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, oh, you guys are used to them Shondaland soap operas, child. You're not used to the real soap operas, the Erica Kane of it all, the Victoria Lord of it all, the Sunny Corinthos of it all. You know, you're not the Marlena, the Sammy. You know, you're not used to that. And so this level of acting, this level of glamour, the scene switches, I loathe you. Like, let's get into all the good ass soap opera ass shit that we're so back. We're so fucking back. Cheers. All right. So I love the swing. It's hitting. The scene switches. The outfits and the hair are so glamorous. Anita's long white hair with the curl, with the wand. It's beautiful. It's giving, I feel like it was giving a callback from like the 80s soap operas, because the way that both her and Danny's hair is so big and textured, it really made me think of like Luke and Laura, like Laura's hair. in the 80s when all the soap opera stars had huge hair, like I feel like there are so many callbacks and slight references that I feel like will only be understood if you watched soap operas back in the day. And I definitely feel like the hair is one of them. The Haley character, such a classic soap opera. Such a classic soap opera character. The girl who is good, you know, good. She's a good girl. She just did something really bad. She fucked that lady's husband. She fucked that lady's husband. And that was really bad. That was really, really bad. Of course, it wouldn't be a soap opera if someone didn't say, I loathe you. I loathe him. That's a sign of a good actress, because loathe is like kind of an ugly word. It's like, it doesn't naturally roll off the tongue. So it's like, I loathe you. And you have to make it like, loathe means I hate. So it's like, I loathe you. Oh my God. Like, how are you going to say it? I loathe you. Of course, Naomi and her husband, the couple that only wants to fuck, and they'll skip work, and they fuck in the elevator, they fuck on the sink, they fuck on the couch, they fuck in the kitchen, they fuck in the cab, they fuck in the back. Like, Jesus Christ. Just always fucking. Okay. Karen was acting her motherfucking ass off. The way when Danny slapped that bitch, first of all, Danny, the way you hauled off and slapped that bitch, like she needed to be motherfucking slapped. It just needed to happen. Karen, the grand dame, let me tell you something. She said she could not grace our screens for the reunion. But she could, Ray, take me beyond the gates. She could grace our screens for a soap opera debut, which falls in line with her DUI madness. Her DUI video is something straight out of the brain of Agnes Nixon. If you know who Agnes Nixon is, she's the lady who created All My Children, One Life to Live. She was a lead writer on Guiding Light for years. Like, she's soap opera royalty. May she rest in peace. But my God, this is that is why she'll always be the grand dame. That, like, literally this. Welcome. To Cedars Point. I don't know. I can't remember what the hell the shit was called. She said, welcome to Cedars Point. She said, Ray. My God. Okay, Karen. And that's why I can't hate Karen. First of all, Clifton Davis. My mama and them used to watch A-Man, and I grew up watching reruns. I didn't even know that was him until episode 2. And I was on Twitter, and they said Clifton Davis, and I said, oh, that is him. That's Gene and them. I didn't even know. I did not even know that was Gene and them. He looked the fuck good. I love that Danny didn't give a fuck that she hit Haley, and Anita was like, immediately, yes, daughter, but don't dwell. But I'm not going to tell you shouldn't have hit her, because you should have hit that bitch. Smack that bitch. Anita absolutely gives matriarch, like a Vicky, like I don't know who was a matriarch when I was a kid. Vicky was definitely one. It's funny because my mom used to always say, by the time I was a child, Vicky and Erica Kane, Victoria Lord, they were matriarchs, but they had been on since the 70s and the 80s. So they started out like the Haleys being young sluts. Okay. Fucking everybody's men. And they just stayed on the show so goddamn long that they became the matriarchs. So that's what Anita gives. That's really what she gives. It's crazy. So it's like, of course, the whole family hates your husband. Like, of course, that's what's happening. I just love that these are black people, and they're just, fuck Bill. Fuck that high yellow ass motherfucker. Looking like a goddamn tortilla chip. Fucking that young slut. They didn't say that. That's what I just said just now. Haley was crazy as fuck for pulling up on Nicole. First of all, can you imagine the unmitigated gall it takes to... Let me just explain, if you're not watching Beyond the Gates. This girl, Haley, was best friends with this girl, Naomi. Naomi's mother is Danny. Naomi's father is Bill. Haley starts fucking Bill, and Bill leaves Danny for Haley, right? Nicole is Danny's old sister. I just don't know who's older, but they're sisters. They were sisters. And this is all in the gated community. So Haley now goes to Nicole because Nicole is a psychiatrist, psychologist, whichever the one she is. And Haley's like, I thought you would be level-headed to get me back in good with the family. Bitch, a level head doesn't change that that's my motherfucking sister, you ditzy ass bitch. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? I hate a young soap opera slut because they just, Oh, someone talking outside my fucking window. I said, bitch, what the hell I'm hearing? I'm already yelling. I'm in the house alone. I'm talking to myself. I'm no one supposed to talk back to me. I'm in here alone. Okay, hold on. I knew shit was finna get weird with Danny. I knew she was finna do something because one thing about a soap opera, when the bitches are sitting at the vanity, no makeup, with a drink in their hand, and they're drinking, and they look in the mirror, and they just... Bitch, them bitches need to be scared of. They about to do something crazy. They're going to do something off their rocker nuts. The grandson is gay. I knew that from... It's like, oh, I had known he was gay, girl. I knew he had a little sugar in his tank. No, but he has a white husband. And the white husband was giving, oh my God, black husband, you was too hard on our kids. Our son didn't get a good grade on the calculus test. My prestigious black husband who comes from a prestigious black family, so we have these prestigious black kids, let them be mediocre and fun. And I'll care about their feelings because I'm white and I don't know what it's like to be black and have to be good at everything. Now, we already know that conversation's coming. And Bill is holding something over the family's head, quite obviously, to get them come to that little heifer wedding. All right, so we'll tap in tomorrow. We'll reconvene tomorrow and see what happens. Maybe I'll watch some Love and Marriage Huntsville, but I'm about tired of hearing Melanie talk about Martell and, oh my God, I'm about to leave Martell and y'all done already told me they end up having another baby after this, so I don't want to see her get gaslit by Martell and the rest of them. And then Martell, I'm tired of Martell with my asymmetrical Carrie Hilson Bob. I just can't listen to that right now, but I'm going to go in here and try and watch a couple episodes so I can talk about it tomorrow. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and I will see